well, both online and offline, so it's very interesting to see if they've got some of those.
Yeah, right now I'm just going to be checking that crew battle chat, seeing what's happening. It seems like they are actually both good to go. It should be... Huh, interesting. Oh, wow, they're going to be opening up with JoJo the Hobo. The Toon Link going up against Jams, playing as Gob.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Oh, very good job getting out of that. That would have done so much more damage if they didn't escape just in time. And you do not want that at the very start of your crew battle.
Yeah, no, not absolutely. JoJo is already, like, jumping in, you know, just really trying to smother Jams, not give them a lot of space, but I have to say Jams is doing an excellent job with some of these juggles. The way that they're maneuvering around the stage is just extremely efficient.
Absolutely, and already 85%. This is not looking good for JoJo the Hobo just to start out this match. And, I mean, it's just looking rough because they're on the back foot right now. They need to take the offensive and need to take control of this match before it gets away from them.
Yeah, for sure. They're just trying to find any way that they can't land. JoJo probably thinking that they have a double jump, actually just going to be falling to their deaths. Jams is still going to be living onto the stock for quite some time. Toon Link definitely relies on like a lot of ledge trapping and very specific kill confirms to close out stocks, and you know, Rob being so heavy is going to live for such a long time.
Absolutely, and Rob being able to sort of just get around ledge trapping, sort of through that up B, being able to just go so high up or just get around it, makes it so difficult. But are they even get into a ledge trapping situation? Because Jams is just doing so much to continue this pressure, never letting up, never letting them get a breath of air.
Yeah, specifically, like, Jams' like, platform pressure is immaculate. The way that they're timing and mixing up tilts and up airs, really making themselves unpredictable.
Oh, no. That up air, as this game continues, and as this set continues, considering that this is an all-Rob crew, is so threatening. You can get killed so early because it puts a 50-50 mix-up on which way you have to DI it.
Ooh, Dash Attack going to be catching that landing. JoJo is just trying to catch Rob in his descent, but Jams being so clever with the way that he is landing right now, really making the most out of up B. Just using it as a means to stall and delay the timing. JoJo has not been able to connect a single up tilted, you know, attempt to catch a landing this whole game.
Exactly. And JoJo needs to find something to connect, because while they are at a kill percent now, it doesn't matter how high of a percent you are if you don't get hit with any of the kill moves.
Yeah, I mean, Jams is just like playing back a little bit, avoiding down tilt, avoiding, you know, any falling bombs. Dash Attack is not going to be able to take it quite yet either, and just going high, finding different ways to land, waiting for JoJo to overcommit. You saw JoJo press Dash Attack, Jams was floating right above him and was able to find the hit. But speaking of finding the hit, JoJo finally catching one of those landings, a great catch with the forwarder, and was able to clean up that stock.
But even though they did get that stock, that is not an even game whatsoever. This bleeding is continuing. They just need one good hit and JoJo will be down a stock again.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, anything that Jams could really do can kill at this point, be it an up throw. So there's like a lot of game states that Jams just has to be constantly avoiding at this point. They're trying to play back a little bit, try to get a bit of chip damage on. But now they have Jams in the corner once again. You're seeing the way that JoJo is actually slightly adjusting the way that they're juggling. Instead of fishing for dash attacks or catching with an aerial, they're taking the time to pull some bombs out.
That actually is an interesting idea too, because as they're setting up, they do have max rage, meaning that they can kill significantly earlier now. And that's always something for Jams to watch out for, because Toon Link does have quite a few things that can kill a lot sooner than you would expect, and with the rage, it just kills even earlier.
Yeah, definitely. But now that gyro is just going to be sending JoJo back onto the platform. Really, anything that Jams could do can kill at this point, but nobody wants to approach. Nobody's trying to commit. Late hit neutrally. We're not even going to be able to do it quite yet. Timing that air dodge perfectly, getting past that up air. This is, I mean, this game can easily go to time at this point.
Speaking of time, what happens in a crew battle if it goes to time and one of these players has much higher percent?
So I don't actually know the specific ruling on that, but I would have to guess it's whoever does normally win the timeout, right? Whoever has more stocks in percent, they'll have that many stocks transferred over, I believe.
Okay.
But hopefully we'll be able to get some clarification on that in just a minute. Might not even be relevant. Both of them now on the last stock. Jam's actually going to be losing those relatively early. Jam's just playing back a little bit, just taking the sweet time.
Oh, man. And this is a great opportunity for JoJo to Hobo to be able to bring it back. That was a breath of fresh air that they needed. They were able to get their head above the surface, and now it's their time to start swimming.
Right now, JoJo's just jumping around, just throwing these bombs, trying to cover their own landings right now. Only a minute and 30 seconds onto the clock. Nobody's still willing to commit to anything. They're both just trying to catch one another slipping up and getting bits of chip damage here and there.
Oh, man, this is getting tight. And as this gets closer, gotta watch out for that timer. It's at a minute and 30 seconds already. This is definitely the possibility of a timeout increasing.
Oh, I love that jump that JoJo did. Just was waiting for Jams' next option out of shield instead of immediately committing to one, excuse me. And again, they're just playing back. They're waiting for Jams just to use up too much of that fuel and then try to hit him off stage.
I think that is actually a very good adaptation as well, because earlier in this game, when Jams was going for this, it was seeming like JoJo to Hobo was starting to struggle, but now it seems like it's them trying to stay in the lead and not bleed anymore.
Oh my goodness. Okay. JoJo just keeps on continuing the struggle, but he's gonna have to find the stock soon enough. Otherwise, we did get clarification. If this does get timed out, they will be restarting with even stocks and at 0%, I believe. Yeah.
It says, I think the same percent.
Oh, the same percent. Goodness. Okay. Wow, that could be stressful. Running up onto shield
no.
like that, that's going to be the down throw, and that's the up air to finish it off with 15 seconds onto the clock. Jeez. Okay.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That was like... We open off today with the game almost going to time. Excellent. Love it to see it.
That's something to really get your blood pressure going. Ugh. Oh my god.
That entire game, it just kind of seemed like JoJo was like playing back a little bit at times when they still had the deficit. They were trying to get the chip damage and they were trying to at least even it up a little bit. But the issue is, when you are at like 100% or like a whole stock deficit like that, it can be so difficult to come back from playing overly defensive. So right there, I think it's possible that Jams actually ran out of fuel after stalling in the air for so long and was just found without a recovery option getting back onto the stage.
I think so as well.
Yeah, something along those lines. But yeah, the biggest issue, like JoJo, wasn't able to actually get in. When they did get in, they weren't able to get a lot of those big combo starting hits that Toon Link can really be known for. Close range boomerang or falling aerials. It really just seemed like Jams got that early lead and was just able to hold on to it through the rest of the game.
And I think that even though this was a loss for the start of this between FreeFall and Side B, I do think that FreeFall got a lot of opportunities to see how to play against Jams, because that went very long and we started to see some adaptations. So I do think that Side B might have to worry, because FreeFall could bring out someone that has been watching this and go, okay, I see the solution. And they don't necessarily have to go for a character counter pick or anything.
The biggest thing is it's a little bit of an unconventional playstyle check, right? Hey, do you actually have the tools to be able to capitalize on me stalling at this point in the stage, right? When I'm occupying this airspace, can you actually, challenge me in it without committing to an option? Right, because there are times that JoJo tried to go out there, maybe try to catch a landing or two, just position themselves and wait, and then they found themselves giving up stage as Jams found themselves landing back onto center stage. So you have to, it's a very strange position where you have to be able to wait for your opponent's next option, you have to be able to pressure them, and you have to really capitalize once that fuel is expended. Because otherwise, Jams really was the one controlling the pace of that match.
Yes. And it was just a matter of, oh, it just happened too late in the match. Maybe if they had gotten it a little bit earlier, it might have been a completely different story, and Jams could have been the one winning this, making it go, or sorry, Jojo to Hobo might have been the one winning that, because as the game was progressing, it was starting to get into Jojo's favor.
For sure. And with that being said, that means side B is now up against FreeFall 19 to 18. Jams is going to be moving on with only a stock to their name. So really good stuff to them, just being able to hold on to that as much as possible. We are now going to be waiting for the next contestant from FreeFall. We're going to be seeing what the leader has to say, who they're going to be throwing in. While we do have a minute, just want to say, guys, I just want to say appreciate everybody that's in chat, who's watching and supporting their favorite players and crews. I hope everybody is having an excellent evening.
I'm having an excellent evening, and I know that this is going to be a crew battle that definitely helps boost everyone's morale. You know, make everyone feel a little better for tonight, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of, we just got pinged on a little something. Okay, awesome. But yeah, we're just like, once again, just waiting for the next player. I guess while we do have a second, we can also go over just a couple of notes for some other sponsors that we might not necessarily have a visual display for, but a bunch of people came together to help make this happen. So we also have Smash Oasis. So Smash Oasis is an organization dedicated to creating tournaments in the Middle East, Europe, and beyond. Please go ahead and follow them on their Twitter, Smash_Oasis. That's Smash_Oasis. They're one of the people that helped to make this happen. Additionally, Expand Dongman, YouTuber, and a friend of both of ours, actually.
Yes. We both have a very close connection to Expand Dongman.
Yeah, who threw in, just a couple of bucks as well, in helping to make this tournament happen, helped to throw in some money for the overall prize pot. So he also bestowed upon us a message, so I will be reading that aloud right now, which is, please do your best to get active. Quarantine can be a huge drain on everyone's health, but it does wonders for both your mental and physical health. If you do your best to go for a jog or try lifting some weights. You have the time. Please don't make excuses and start it small if you have it, whether it be a walk or a couple of push-ups a day. So, get out there, exercise. Don't be, gamers. I myself have started exercising a little tiny bit as well. I'm trying to get into a little bit of shape. But yeah, take care of yourselves.
Yeah, I went to a school in high school that was very athletic based, so definitely got a lot of advice for giving those proper workout routines, and honestly it made me feel fantastic every single time, because there actually have been studies showing, just like Expand Dongmet says in the note for us, that it does actually have a correlation between physical and mental health. If you are feeling physically healthy, you will have better mental health in general. It will help boost how you're feeling. And honestly, I got to start working out again, because I'm starting to lose that six-pack I used to have, but this is a good reminder.
Yeah, just keep yourselves in check and see what's happening, guys. With that being said, we're actually going to be moving on to the next matchup. Now we're going to be seeing Great Clash, the Bayonetta from FreeFall, going up against Jams.
Ooh, and this is going to be interesting, because Bayonetta is one of those characters that can sort of just take a stock super early. Maybe FreeFall just wants to end this stock as soon as possible, but it could also just be that they think that it can be a good matchup for in the future if they can take this stock.
Right now, with the space that Great Clash is occupying and the buttons that they're putting out, they're basically just trying to signal to Jams like, hey, you want to be careful about jumping, maybe going for the full hop neutral. That time, Jams good SDI being able to cross up Bayonetta and getting sent towards the stage. Had Jams gone to the right side, that game could have devolved very quickly.
Yeah, that was looking almost like a less than a minute game there. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that could have gone south super quickly. Nice extension with the ABK, not actually being able to follow up on it quite yet. Jams very cognizant of that F smash, just waited it out, and then was able to find their way back onto the ledge in all of that end lag. So right now, both of them are still sort of playing back a little bit. Great Clash, kind of the aggressive who, constantly trying to jump in on Jams and challenge their space.
And one of the things that people do say about Bayonetta is that you have to SDI, and it looks like Jams actually knows the way to SDI it, because we've seen every single time that Great Clash tries to start a combo, Jams gets out very quickly.
Yeah, and at that point, all you have to do is just start to mix up your combo outs a little bit, try to wait for your opponent's next button, and try to build a build. And that being said, Jam's actually going to be the first one to take that stock. Gets it with a really, really nicely placed up smash. So, you know, they've done more than their part.
Is that it? It is! Oh, man. A screen KO to end that game, but Jams was able to take that one stock to keep the lead at just the exact same, just in time. And that was a pretty surprising kill that Jams had gotten in the first place.
I mean, that wait was excellent, because that was just... more than anything, at the end of the day, that was a lead. That was Jam saying, hey, I feel like you're going to press a defensive option. Maybe you're going to try to mash ABK out of this. A lot of Bayonettas will press witch time in, you know, unsafe places and disadvantage. So, you know what? They hit the up tilt. They recognized, actually, I don't think they got the double hit of up tilt. They only got the auto link angle that didn't end up linking into the second hit. And then they waited. So that wait on Jam's part was excellent. They were able to get a kill off of it as a result. So good stuff to them to being able to hold on to this lead for the side B.
Yeah, actually, another thing about that was that, so normally that up tilt is then followed up by an up air if it connects, and Jams knew that it might not kill at such an early percent, possibly. So because of that, they waited. They're like, okay, an up smash is going to do a lot more, and if I get this read properly, because a lot of people will try to go below the up air. So because of that, they knew, okay, probably going to go for that air dodge down, maybe go for that. So I'm just going to try and end that as soon as possible. And it paid off. Very good reads based off of knowing how people expect Robs to play.
For sure. I mean, that's like a little bit of a complicated situation. Like in that like one interaction, like down throw up air. Sometimes, you know, God means correct me if I'm wrong. There's 5 of them. But I have heard before that, like with some characters, you need to turn around before going through up tilt or up smash, because some characters might simply fall out of it. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't play the funny robot myself, but that is something that I've heard a couple of times. It's a very character dependent thing. So, moving on to the next round, we're gonna be waiting to see. Who FreeFall will be sending in. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to take a quick little look at the roster, if that is easily accessible, and see who they have.
FreeFall does have quite a few players that I have noticed in previous crew battles, tournaments, even on Twitter, just stuff like social media. So people that are very much prominent players. From what I remember, one like Chains, like Armada, who is one of the... I did ask, is that Armada Chains? And our voice in our head earlier on did say, yes, that is that Chains. There's also...
Yeah, I see Hydra, I see Jojo the Hobo. Wouldn't be able to tell you some of them, but a good amount are definitely recognizable. Sarkis, as well. Mr. Zircon as well, who is a fantastic Isabel player. So that's going to be exciting to see a little bit later on. I'll be curious to see if they're going to be jumping in. But excuse me, we're not going to be waiting on the next play from FreeFall. We're waiting for the next Rob main from side B. So yeah, we're just going to be waiting to see who they send in.
One of the great parts about that, though, is that you know exactly what character they're going to be playing, and you will not have to worry about, oh, I wonder if they're going to do a character counterpick, because what character counterpick? They're all Robs.
You know, they just have to really talk amongst themselves. Right, who gets what skin? You know. So we are going to be seeing the bans to FD, Kalos, and Smashville from FreeFall side. So that those are stages that Bayonetta probably does not like a little bit too much in that matchup. So it's going to be interesting to see what stage that they actually end up opting for. Won't be surprised if it's something like PS2 or Small Battlefield.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, because that is a stage that has a lower ceiling, and Rob definitely likes those lower ceilings, but so does Bayonetta. Bayonetta
And it's
really
gonna be
likes it.
PS2. It's gonna be
Oh.
the only reliable. Yeah, everybody just ends up banning back to PS2.
Old Faithful.
The old faithful just opens up the stainless steel case and there she is. You know,
It's the family's 13-year-old dog, the golden retriever of stages.
always comes back to you. So yeah, we're just gonna be waiting in that case, for Relic. I believe that's the god main. That we're gonna be seeing coming up yet, but don't quote me on that. So they have still yet to jump into the arena.
Asking for the arena. Just the arena pinned.
But yeah, I guess in the meantime we can just like talk a little bit about like how Bayonetta God is gonna go. We saw the way that Great Clash chose to pace that last match. They were going through like a lot of preemptive jump leads. They were like occupying that airspace that Rob would normally want to be going in with like an approaching full hop nail. That's really powerful conditioning from from Bayonetta. So if you're able to establish that early on, you can really force Rob into a more defensive playstyle where he's forced to play a lot more out of shield and with projectiles. Similarly, you have to keep in mind as a projectile user at what ranges it's actually safe against Bayonetta to throw out projectiles, because you can get witch time before it if you're close enough. And if you get witch time, oh boy, that does not feel good at all.
Yeah. But Rob is one of those heavier characters as well, so those combos will be killing a little bit later. From what I remember, Rob's tied for 8th, 9th, something like that. Not quite super heavy, but definitely
He's
has
a big lad.
Yes.
He's a big lad. Yeah, so it's going to be taking a little bit of a while for him to actually be losing his stocks. But similarly, Bayonetta is one of those characters that can actually challenge Rob when he is recovering, right? So normally, very similar to Snake, he's going to be like going off to like the top right, top left blast zones. Very difficult for a lot of characters to challenge that. But Bayonetta has incredible vertical movement. She is able to get out there and just make you feel uncomfortable so quickly.
Absolutely. And oh wow, seeing their exact way to get back from ledge, and was able to get some damage, but this is really good for Great Clash because Bayonetta is one of those characters who, just like Rob, can win one neutral interaction and just get so much percent. That was 2 neutral interactions, and that's already 81%.
Ooh, right now Great Clash just going to be looking for the way to land. They're going to be heel sliding onto Relic's shield. No punish, was not in a position where they could actually properly react to that. That is going to be the up tilt into the back air, but once again, Rob's weight just coming in so clutch. He is still going to be living for a couple of more hits.
But a couple of more hits might be enough for Great Clash to be able to just take it to even stocks, especially if Relic can't get any more damage in. Oh.
Wow, those extensions from Relic are so good right now, just really perpetuating their advantage. No matter which way that Relic died or, attacked that, they would have still eaten all of those laser hits. Beautiful spot dodge punish on that up tilt. Really caught Great Clash fishing for the kill setup. And now it's going to be 2 stocks to 1, but Great Clash sitting on their last.
Wow, that was a fantastic air dodge lead.
Great Clash already putting on 55%. I really like the idea to go from falling up from the platform. Oh my, what happened to this percent deficit? What's going on?
God. Oh, are they going to go for it? Oh my god. It is! Wow! And Great Clash has evened it out already in the blink of an eye.
And Relic trying to finish it all with the back throw into the speed. I don't know how to feel about that. That was a little, that's hot. Really true to the crew's name. But right now, Great Clash is making quite the comeback, almost getting the lead.
Oh, and this is it. Evening it out already. This is very big. Oh no! What?
Great Clash ended up ABKing to the wrong direction. You can ABK downwards and diagonal. You can also ABK upwards. And Great Clash misinput it and was set downwards. That is tragic. Oh no.
Oh my
God. Man, that does not feel good.
That's gotta hurt, especially because they were doing so well in that final stock, saying, okay, I've got them down. I can take this. I can take this. APK down.
So there's definitely a little something to be said about some of Relic's SDI, or
Hmm.
perhaps lack thereof in some situations. Great Flush was able to, really put on a lot of the damage, able to follow the drift so well. Great Flush did Bayonetta things, and as a result, just did so much damage. Um,
Hmm.
Bayonetta's damage output can be absolutely terrifying sometimes. You never expect it. It always gets you, and you're like, wow, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Great Clash gonna be side being to the wrong direction. Shake it.
Yeah.
Shake my hand. GG.
Shake my hand. Actually, one of the Relic in the in the chat said GG's. So shake.
Yeah, I suppose it sometimes be like that. And now, actually, coming up on the side of FreeFall, we are going to be seeing Hydra, the Palutena from New Jersey, I believe. Um, and they will be going up against Relic, who only has a single stock to their name. Right off the bat, we're going to be seeing the bans to Battlefield Yoshi's and Small Battlefield from Relic. And Hydra will be opting to go through Smashville. So Smashville, a stage you can keep it really tight, keep it really small. You don't have to do a lot of approaching against Rob in that stage. And additionally, you can also get a lot of extensions off of that center platform. So if Hydra is going to be going with Palutena, actually, no, wait, I may be talking about the wrong Hydra. This is the Texas Hydra. Oh, alrighty. So, Texas Hydra, I know absolutely nothing about, admittedly. But the Twitter ban has a Byleth.
Oh. Okay. Byleth, one of those characters with a ton of kill power. As Masahiro Sakurai said himself, a distance demon. Definitely a character that can help maybe get that sheer pressure from Rob a little bit away, able to command that space. That because Byleth has like this big range that is just so effective, just a great range of threat, and you can just sort of prevent the Rob from getting in, and maybe use some of that arrow, because I've seen a few Byleths just go for that arrow right off stage, and looks. Oh wait, what? What?
This is not fair. This is not fair. I talk all of that about how this is going to be a Palutena. This is the Hydra from New Jersey. And then I go and click on the Twitter link. I click on the Twitter link. And you know what I see? I see a Byleth header. I see a Byleth header on that Twitter link. This is not fair. This is not fair. I'm just trying my best.
Not fair at all. Actually, I do understand though why they went for Palutena, or a Palutena player, because Hydra, playing a character that you definitely have to SDI really hard. We saw Relic didn't really SDI very much, so this might be a very good pick.
In some situations, but more than anything, it's just that really Palutena has incredible edge covers so much space. If anybody's able to catch Rob stalling up in the skies, it's really Palu. But right now, Hydra definitely looking like they're going to be favored to take this stock 41 to 105. You know, and this deficit just keeps on increasing.
Oh, yeet, and no, it's not it. But it's getting close. One more of those back throws, maybe if you can unstale it, we'll probably take this game very quickly. Oh, but there it is.
The short hop side B, that move is incredibly active. Relic not able to find the down air spike quite yet. And right now Hydra just trying to maybe get a teleport canceled in.
Oh.
Backfield won't do it quite yet, but
What? Chris Kyle with the American Sniper. Wow.
Too bad for you.
wow. That was that was incredible. Yeah, Hydra was like, yeah, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stall off stage with your laser? You're gonna try to stop me from ledge trapping you? Absolutely not. That trade was in Hydra's favor, and just like that, Hydra was able to even up that game, able to even up the point differential. Gonna be bringing both schools to the third player of 3 stocks. That gyro placement was incredible. Really nice stuff to Hydra.
I am shocked. I am just using your own gyro against you. You know what they say? Trust no one, not even yourself.
Not even your own children. You know, Gyro is basically, Gob's. That is Gob's offspring. That is his firstborn, and there you go. Just gets him. Man, I'm sorry. I'm tight. I'm actually like still
I'm feeling
pretty
that.
upset.
I'm feeling that.
pretty upset. You know.
Yeah.
How you gonna do us like that? How you gonna
Yeah.
have a Byleth header on your Twitter banner.
That too.
And then just end up playing Palutena when there's another Hydra that plays Palutena. So confusing. There are way too many Hydras out there. They'll all come together and form one full Hydra.
Yes.
They just change
and
the
if you
tag to Hydra
cut one
Head
off.
1.
Cut one off and 2 more Hydras will appear.
Yeah. Fact. You DQ one for a bracket and then 2 more just pop up next week. It's inevitable. They just keep on coming back. Very, you know what? Very true to the name. That's actually a lot more appropriate than you would think. Guys, with that being said, we are going to be waiting for the next player. We should now be seeing Myshans, the Rob, you guessed it, from Side B. And they're going to be opting to go to Pokemon Stadium 2. Missions.
Oh, okay.
It's just spelled in a funky way. Yeah, the tag is Missions.
Actually, speaking of the fact that the team's name is Side B, we did not see their first Rob Jams use Side B once. Not once did they use Side B. Only this Rob has done Side B. It's going to be up to Missions right now to see if they're going to... Oh, it's Wi-Fi Rob!
Hey, is that not the same exact tag from before?
What?
Yeah, that was Jams' tag from before the first game. Either way, right now, Hydra asserting such a dominating lead, controlling the stage already so quickly, 39%, and just keeping Mission stuck in disadvantage.
Wow, this is looking fantastic for FreeFall there. Oh my god, they are out for blood right now and circling. Oh,
excellent music choice, by the way. Lovely.
Yes,
I'm a big fan.
Cynthia music, absolutely immaculate. Just a chef's kiss.
Ooh, right now, Hydra gonna be giving up stage just a little bit, gonna be interrupted by that Gyro. Missions finally finding that opening to get back in. Not able to get anything started quite yet. What Hydra is doing, he's constantly running up to Missions mid-range and waiting for the Gyro, waiting for the laser, jumping over and punishing them for it over and over. So Missions is gonna have to mix up some of the mid-range options just a little tiny bit.
And both of these players are absolutely swinging. You saw just the spot dodges from so many kill options. And there we go.
Dropped down nose, waited out the direction, reacted to it, and was able to find the back throw.
Ah! And that teleport, or warp, is actually one of the easiest moves to two-frame. You do get a little bit more vulnerability. So because of that, very good awareness for Mission, seeing, okay, this is easier to punish, I'll go for it now.
It's also like the timing is extremely predictable in all teleports, because you initiate up B, you'll always pop out at the exact same time. There is no timing mix-up after you press up B, right? So, and it's very difficult to drift back onto the ledge if you choose not to snap onto the ledge directly. So if they have to go to the ledge, you can consistently get a 2-frame with them on them with every single thing. So that's something you always have to be ready for. That being said, right now, Hydra finding the way back on, back throw, won't be able to do it. Rob, man, he's gonna be living for a minute.
Yep, has quite a bit of heft. And oh, that back air does take it. And that means that Hydra has taken a good lead right now. Only 43% on the board and just going to be using this train. Got their ticket ready to get that extra credit.
We'll get the down throw into the back, who just keeps on piling on this damage. Mission's not going to be wanting to use up any more fuel. Uses the Gyro as a means of covering themselves, getting back onto the stage, forcing Hydra to stop the ledge trap attempt right then and there.
But even when stopping the ledge trap attempt, that doesn't mean Hydra is afraid at all to edge guard. Oh, is that going to be it? The up tilt and the... Oh, just going for the up air. And,
just going for the up air, immediately leading them, the mash out of the down throw. Just like that, Hydra going to be brought to the last stock. Looking really good for them, but I love the patience for Missions. Able to get the dash grab out of the shield, put on a little bit of percent. Once again, Hydra has to be a little bit more careful with that Gyro because it's been constantly interrupting the ledge trap attempts.
Oh my god, this is getting so close right now. Just one back air might be able to take it if it gets a little bit close. What? Hydra, you did that again? What?
Yeah, Hydra is so comfortable using it, so comfortable angling it, just throws it out there, makes Mission so uncomfortable off stage. Oh, jeez.
This is looking absolutely terrifying for missions, but this is also the range for maybe just an up air or an up smash.
Didn't get the ping pong. So unfortunate. Hydra almost got sent back into Gob from the gyro, but ultimate, sometimes a little bit inconsistent missions, had to make sure the spacing was a little bit tighter. He tries to go through the tech chase, not able to find the lead inwards.
That was a fantastic read from Hydra, seeing that Missions was trying to get those up smashes and just went, okay, I'm going to roll away, I'm going to get out of there, and then just throw out the explosive flame while you try to kill me from way too far away.
Yeah, that explosive flame at the end of the day is just like a call out to somebody pressing buttons that they shouldn't from across the stage. If somebody's really taking their time out there, you know, maybe setting up, throwing out a couple of projectiles, you can immediately punish them with explosive flame. It just appears out of nowhere, might catch you in the startup or the end leg of whatever button you just happen to be pressing, or you might just fall into it. Let's say you're trying to land, explosive flame is a menacing catch on landings. Might be able to get out there, you know, before you have your shield up. So either way, really good stuff to Hydra, being able to close out that game. But yeah, just over commits. Look at that. They're pressing all of these buttons in the corner. Up smashing, spot dodging, you know, wave bouncing gyro for some reason as well. Hydra just called them out on it.
And also, audience at home, this is the first time this entire night now that FreeFall has taken the lead. This is absolutely massive. They were starting with a one-stock deficit, and now they have finally turned it around. And this is big because Hydra seems like a player who, now they've taken 4 stocks, this could definitely be massive for their momentum.
Yeah, Hydra really seems like they have a pretty good handle on the matchup. They seem to be playing this really, really well. They're able to get a lot out of their advantage state. But there's definitely a lot to be said about how effectively Hydra is controlling the ledge. How effectively they are just keeping, you know, whoever they happen to be fighting into the corner. It seems like most of the damage that they put on, and that's really the sign of a really, really good Palutena, really like a Lucina. You know, it's about how long can they keep you there and how many hits can they land on you while you're out there.
Exactly.
So excellent stuff to Hydra. Next up, we are going to be seeing Muse playing, you guessed it.
Who? Peach?
Yes. Yeah, no, Muse is going to be going in with Rob. Once again, this is the entire gimmick of Side B, and honestly, Rob has a pretty decent enough of a matchup spread to the point that, you know, this character is fine. You know, he can really hold it down. He doesn't have like atrociously losing matchups to the point that you need to switch off. Right? He's gonna have losing matchups, but in my opinion, everything that he has is still like within the realm of doability.
It's definitely one of those characters that if you play the character right, you can sort of just deal with any situation. That is also the sign of a very good character, because if you have good options for everything, it doesn't matter if it's a bad matchup, you will be able to work through it. And that's really what you want to find in a character that you want to play. And if anything, that makes it a very solid character to pick for a gimmick crew that has, okay, we're only going to play this character.
Yeah, for sure. But if you're a gimmick crew playing somebody like Donkey Kong, GG's. Like, I don't know why you'd want to do that to yourselves, but you know what? Godspeed. I'm pretty sure there might even be somebody in, you know, the Champions League who's going with like an all DK crew. It's like definitely not impossible.
But speaking of possibilities, is it possible that Hydra can take more stocks here, as they're gonna first start with their 2 SDs, but I mean, they've already gotten the most stocks out of everyone in this.
Oh, I like what Muse is doing. They're constantly pressing neutral B to reset the timer so that they don't have an unfair advantage with fully charged laser at the beginning of the game. That's sweet of them. That's nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's nice. Oh man, but that's not, just Palutena starting
Hydra.
off.
Yeah, Hydra with the chase already putting on so much damage. Muse trying to get something started, but they're playing from across the stage. Of course, with a 3-1 stock lead, you know, you have really no incentive to approach, but it's all about holding on to these stocks at this point.
I feel like, actually, Hydra may have labbed against Rob specifically, because these are looking like some very specific things that you don't really just sort of know how to do, you know? And maybe just saw, okay, we're playing against a Rob-only crew. I'm going to prepare to play only against Rob, and I'm going to make them regret ever joining this league.
Yeah, but right now, Hydra are going to be taking so many hits. At this point, just holding on to as much percent as you can is going to be so important. Palutena, you poor standing grab range. Oh, you pathetic little normal-sized grab now. How does it feel? Not good. Wow, that's... a timeline ago, that would have connected, and Hydra would have been able to get down through a back air or something. Wow.
That would have
So
been disgusting.
unfortunate.
Oh, no. Oh. Okay. This is so threatening.
Hydra dropping their shield at the worst possible moment. So has to find a way to get back onto the stage. I love the option to go through the high recovery, able just to get past the down air completely.
That didn't kill because it was staled from earlier, but that wasn't. And it takes that stock. This is the 5th stock Hydra has taken, if I remember correctly. So absolutely massive. And this is just increasing as time goes on, getting that extra credit. Can they take a 2nd stock this game?
Oh my gosh! Mew's gonna be going right into it, maybe just thinking that Hydra is gonna drop that button, or perhaps just going with a quick little panic option. Hydra definitely set to take another stock for sure. And that back is gonna be able to do it. Hydra, this is...
That was a 0 to death. That was a 0 to death. They had not taken any damage there. They started at 104 and they ended at 104.
That's the up tilt. Waits out the air dodge. Muse had the right idea. You know, cut the bleeding immediately and was able to find the up smash. Love the way that they treated their advantage state there, but wow, Hydra just making it back from the depths of hell and still being able to take 2 stocks.
And that's 6 stocks now taken by this one player. That is 2 whole players worth. And that's massive because now that gives FreeFall, who was starting this crew battle at a deficit pretty much, a sizable lead now, 2 stock difference. And that's a really good lead.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, a 2 stock difference can really, make it a great kid in so many different crew battles. So excellent sets of Hydra, just being able to really bring their team in back, into like the realm of consistency. Yeah, this is starting to look pretty good for FreeFall now. It's going to be interesting to see who they throw in next. So we don't actually have confirmation on that quite yet. But really, the best thing that, Hydra did, they knew this matchup so well. They knew how to corner pressure Rob. They knew exactly, what kill confirms to constantly be on the lookout for. And they just, they just pressured so much, and they didn't give Rob any breathing room where he shouldn't have had it.
And also one of the things is that because they were instilling so much fear into their opponent, that means that Side is going to be playing on the back foot, and not just in terms of stocks, but mentally, because this momentum is looking fantastic for FreeFall, that they can just go, okay, who are we going to pick that's going to instill even more fear and make them play as scared as possible for the rest of this crew battle? We want these 10 stocks left to be as easy for our final players as it can get.
For sure. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's just really going to boil down to, like, they're going to be throwing in players who are more, like, personally comfortable and experienced in a certain matchup, right? Rather than trying to counter pick and play around that. So I think that's actually pretty interesting, and just kind of like removes a certain element to like the meta of crew battles. So while we do actually have a minute, we don't have confirmation on who the next player after Hydra is going to be. In the meantime, guys, we could just talk a little bit about our sponsors for today. So, guys, first and foremost, we have MSM Online. MSM Online is one of the premier Wi-Fi weeklies that are happening right now, open to all of North America, happens every single week at 5 p.m. PST. Guys, I mean, some of the best players in all of the country, as well as Canada and Mexico as well. So please go ahead and participate if you can.
Absolutely. And there are so many players who, so many players at MSM who do well at one of those events and really gets their name out there. Quite a few players that I had never heard of before I started following because I saw them do well at that Mega Smash Mondays online. And really good way to get your name out there and possibly get a sponsor.
Additionally, guys, you also have ANG Esports, one of the premier Wi-Fi organizations. Right now, they have every single Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be straight out of Smashville, so another, bunch of, fantastic players as well. Lovely production. They have Ultimate, Rivals of Aether, Brawl, Hollow, Rocket League, Dragon Ball Fighters, and Pokemon Showdown. So, they host weekly in-person and online Super Smash Bros. Tournaments with over a decade of experience. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. Did I just read the notes for the wrong place? I did. I read the notes from 2GG. Guys, go ahead and follow ANG at ANG Esports _ on Twitter.com. I am messing up all of the plugs for today. My goodness. Follow 2GG as well. Yeah.
And there's also MetaView, the home of the freshest and the best Smash clips. I downloaded that app. Fantastic stuff. You can get stuff from not just Smash, though. You can also get Warzone, fighting games like Street Fighter V, and Valorant, Fortnite, everything that you could ever imagine. League of... no, not League of Legends. Oh, wait, yes? Oh, okay.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
They have clips from so many of your hottest and favorite games. Going to be uploaded constantly. Rise Champions League themselves. We're going to have our own clips, our own playlist going to be uploaded there tomorrow, I believe, as well. So guys, please go ahead and check them out. So we have actually confirmation on the upcoming play. It's going to be Sonic 3167. For the sake of clarity, I might just say Sonic numbers, because that makes it a little bit easier. Hope they don't mind. If they do, go ahead and let me know. Sonic numbers.
Speaking of numbers, isn't that also how John Numbers' tag came to be a thing? It was like John and then a bunch of numbers, and then it became John Numbers. That I remember hearing that in one of the the Fight Clubs for
Yeah, that's how it came to be. So now that's just like my typical naming convention for everybody. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna go out of my way to say, 4 very specific digits in a very specific order. So it just makes things a little bit easier for everybody involved. Actually, they play Zero Suit Samus, I believe, according to the Twitter. They're a tag that I've seen in Wi-Fi events a couple of times.
Wait, no, I have seen this player before. Yes, at ANG Esports, one of our sponsors. During their Straight Outta Smashville events, Sonic 3167 has played, if I remember correctly. I don't remember who they played it. The little fade.
just like slowly plugging it. It's like what are they? Subliminal messages, or something like that.
Just a little.
Yeah, we're just gonna be waiting for them to jump into the arena, and oh my, would you look at that. Muse going up against Sonic numbers. Muse gonna have to be giving up 2 of his stocks. Did you just show this ANG Esports again for like a frame? I swear to God I saw it.
Again! Oh my God. But here we go into this game right now. It looks like Sonic 3167 is playing a little bit more carefully, but once they've got that damage going, oh no! Oh my God!
No! Oh my God! If the game ended like that in the first 30 seconds, I would have been so upset.
Just skipping 113, just going right into it. Oh my! Backwards long jumping into this set.
Sonic nobody said, "Hey, I don't even have time. I have somewhere to be right now." Rob, of course, is going to be so heavy, is still going to be able to live that, not going to be taking as much knockback as other characters could. Right now, Sonic numbers is just, once again, playing the stage so well, keeping Muse stuck in the corner. That's difficult. That's tough.
Oh my God, chasing all the way to heaven and not quite getting it, but showing just how bold of a player Sonic is. And this is getting tight right now because Muse could die.
That was a little bit cute. What? And side B is going to be able to do it. That move has a little bit too much knockback. Sonic numbers not going to be dropping a single stock now with a whole 3-point lead over side B. FreeFall is looking so confident right now. Also that DI.
Yeah. Maybe dinner was ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey kiddo, might want to come downstairs.
Chicken nuggets are ready.
Yeah, sometimes it just be like that. Zero Suit side B, man, that move is menacing. It is so incredibly safe sometimes. It is disjointed. It catches you lacking. It'll go through spot dodges just because of how active that move is. It's not okay, straight up.
Yeah. Speaking of, actually, because the crew's name is Side B, but they're the one getting killed by Side Bs in this crew battle.
Explosive flame kills from Hydra, Zeus and Side B. Oh man, really beating them at their own game.
This is kind of ironic for a team named Side B.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So we are now gonna be waiting for the next player from side B. We don't have confirmation on that quite yet. All that we know is that they will undoubtedly, invariably, be playing the funny Gobot man.
Mhm.
So we're gonna be waiting to see who they send out in just a second. But yeah, at this point, like everybody's gonna have to start taking some big points. 4 points here, keeping it even. Or somebody's gonna have to start sweeping on side B's part because a 3-point lead is no joke at this stage in a crew battle.
Absolutely. This means that they have to choose their 3 best players possibly, because normally in a crew battle you'll see like the middle player, which we actually did just see earlier, where their third player from FreeFall was the one that really started getting the pace going, really getting the rest of the team going. Yes, we can do this. We're going to take this lead. And we didn't really see that much from Side B yet, so maybe they're holding their secret killers out for these final 3. Maybe they're Anchor.
Who knows? Alrighty, so yeah, we're still just waiting on confirmation on side B's part. While we do have a moment, guys, we could also just read some of our sponsors for these events that might not necessarily have a visual, but we can at least talk about them a little bit. So yeah, guys, this tournament is also being brought to you by Smash Oasis. Smash Oasis is an organization dedicated to creating tournaments in the Middle East, Europe, and beyond. You can follow them on Twitter at Smash_Oasis. I think, especially with like a lot of Smash discourse, there's a very like strong, like Americentric like idea, like of what tournaments are, who are the competitors, who are the best players. People tend to really forget that there's a whole world of players out there. And even now, for some reason, despite the fact that for years we've had like a thriving scene in so many, specifically like Latin American countries, only people are now just saying like, "Whoa, what's going on?" So I feel like everybody could just like really use, a nice expansion of their horizons. There's so many amazing players out there that we just don't know about because we don't actually tend to focus on those regions as much.
Yeah, and speaking of expansion, our other sponsor is Expand Dongman. A YouTuber really likes to put so much money in the community, puts all the money they get from Smash back into it by sponsoring players, sponsoring tournaments just like this one. It's really just a great job. And we both know him personally, but man, they
He's
just
a
do
good
so
dude.
much.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Get out there, exercise, go make him proud, go lift some weights, go get your gains, go get yourself some fitness goals, whatever, however they might end up conforming to you. And with that being said, we are going to be jumping into the next game. Oh, look at that. Beautiful timing. Just as the sponsors have as soon as we finished reading them aloud. We are going to be seeing Vargas. That's not a tag I'm particularly familiar with at all. Going to be interesting to see how they treat Rob. And going to be going up against Sonic Numbers.
This is going to be very interesting, especially because if it's a less known player, are they just one of those secret killers like we talked about earlier, or is this someone they really might not be quite at that same level?
Ooh, able to link a couple of down tilts into the forwarder, but Sonic Numbers able to get out of there just when they needed it. Right now, both of those players are just really looking for some of the big combo starters, going with just some safe pokes in neutral. You know, just trying to keep their distance, get a feel as to how one another moves.
Exactly, and that's super important because if they're not careful, they could increase the deficit by even more. Because if they lose this game, that's going to increase it to 4, 5, maybe even 6 stock difference.
Ooh, that Zero could set up into a little something, but Vargo's not going to be popped up high enough. Sonic Number is not able to get a conversion into the forwarder. Right now, once again, just sort of gently jumping at the center of the stage. Vargo's able to get a couple of hits here and there. I mean, the percentage basically even-ish, I would have said. But Sonic, great call out on the high recovery option and just gets that backing.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a fantastic pick to do Sonic 3167 here because ZSS is one of those characters that really likes to be ahead because you can then just sort of play in a game of keep away, and Zero Suit Samus with that flip kick and that jump and speed, so good at doing that.
And speaking of so good at doing that, I love the way that Sonic Numbers is mixing up the flip kick spacing and timings. It's really easy to fall into the habit of using it at the same position and place, but anything can become a habit and anything can be exploitable. You see Vargus, they have the right idea in terms of positioning themselves around flip kick, but they can't get a solid read on it quite yet. Up throw, however, is going to be able to take it. And right now, like this, the game's completely even.
Yeah, just showing how much damage Rob can do. That was one neutral interaction, and that was 45% already. This shows just how good Rob is and exactly why this team was able to do so well last week as well.
Right now, just sort of sitting and shield just a little bit, goes for the jab mix-up, maybe trying to potentially call out a spot dodge with that grab. I like the idea from Sonic, but was just unable to catch the jump in. So both of these players are just trying to play this really safely right now, seeing if the other opponent takes the bait, but nobody wants to commit.
Honestly, that is completely understandable because these characters are both ones that can get you killed very early. ZSS with that flip kick possibly getting the spike that we almost saw just end it super quickly in the previous game. And Rob just having so many of those combos that will kill you from pretty much anywhere on the stage.
Wait. Oh, that wait was excellent. You just saw the way that they made Sonic a little bit too scared to stay in shield. That up B is not going to be able to take it quite yet. The next one definitely will. Sonic must have heard what I was saying. Try to press it immediately, but Vargus was in no position to be hit by that.
Yeah, that was... Ooh. Okay. Got him away. And because of that, Sonic is not quite going to take it, but...
Wow. Smash is going to do it and falls out of the double hit of forward. That can be a tricky move to space into itself sometimes. If you have a little bit too much momentum one way, the auto link angles won't actually function. So right now, this is still anybody's stock. This lead could be so huge. Love the idea to opt for side B instead. Oh, no. Vargus was ready for the flip kick too, but they overcommitted to the dash grab. They had the right idea, but the execution was a little bit off.
And that's one of the problems with the dash grab. It's that even though you can do it right out of the dash, it is way more punishable. And that's what we saw right there. Wow, that was fantastic get up, barely avoiding that laser.
Vargus right now just sort of dashing back, trying to control stage. That back hit of Nail is going to be able to do it. Pops up Sonic. So now the question is Vargus going to be able to bring this back slowly for side B, or is FreeFall going to take this lead and go even further with it?
I mean, just needs one good combo, and it might make it. Oh, they went for it. They went for it.
But they could have taken such a huge punish, but they were so careful with the spacing of the up B, making sure they're not going to be eating a flip kick anytime soon. I mean, at this percent, it's still technically anybody's game, but how do you get out of the corner against CSS? That really is the challenge, because Sonic is not committing, just going through so many safe buttons.
This is fantastic, sort of weaving in and out from Sonic there. Going in and out and then getting the grab, seeing, okay, they're not reacting to me going in. Oh.
That up air should not be able to do it. Excellent DI, but that's no double jump on deck. Love the landing mix-up. Vargus was not ready for it once again. That could be a menacing tech chase. Oh, jeez.
This is looking so scary for both of these players because they're just one touch away from a really good kill confirm. Oh.
Right now, Sonic is just really careful about the way that they use the clip kick, but now up throw on the platform should be able to do it. Excellent stuff to Vargus for actually being able to clean up that game and being able to slowly start to break in this point differential.
Even if it's just by 1 point, just that point is more than enough good work to be able to give those final two players a little bit more room to breathe. And we were seeing there at the end that Sonic was starting to get a little desperate by doing a lot of those flip kicks straight on stage and doing it onto their shield.
Yeah, Vargus started to position themselves really well there towards the end especially. And again, they were doing so from the beginning, but they started to just tighten up the execution a little bit. They got a little bit more conservative with some of the punishes. Really good stuff to them. You know, that's exactly what you have to do in a matchup. You know, flip kick, it's gonna be the, whether you like it for some reason or you don't, which is probably the case. You have to be able to get used to it. So yeah, Vargas just kept on trying to call it out, and towards the end, they were able to find those callouts.
It was exactly what we were talking about at the very beginning, where those flip kicks were starting to get mixed up. We saw less and less of those flip kick changes in how it was being used, and because of that, it was able to get exposed and really take advantage of it. And because of that, it was able to bring it to a 2-stock deficit instead of 3.
Alrighty, and with that being said, the next player for Free Fall is gonna be Dominic, I believe, and we will be seeing the immediate bans. No Smashville, FD, or Small Battlefield on the behalf of Gob. They will be opting to go for, you guessed it, Pokemon Stadium 2. So let's go take a look at who they are, see what's happening with them. Not really sure who this player is.
Just looking at the general voice call. It's back to the classic of everyone muted and deafened.
Not really sure what's happening in the guys' Discord server. For those of you guys that aren't in it, I'm pretty sure you can find a link to it somewhere if you're really that curious. But now we're gonna be jumping in with the Gob Ditto. Let's go! You know what? For the crew being called Side B, they still haven't gotten a single kill with Side B, and that's disappointing.
Yeah, we've been seeing more side B kills from FreeFall, which is very funny. And Dominique is actually going to be able to get a little bit of damage right now. And because this is a Rob main, they know exactly how to get out of Rob's stuff. And that's really big, because this is going to mean those Rob mains won't be able to work with the opponent being a little bit in the dark.
Right now, Dominic is just sort of dashing back and forth, playing out of shield, making sure they're not eating too much percent. Right now, all they're trying to do, instead of really fishing for the kills, just hold on to the stock as long as possible. While really what Vargas is going to be looking for is, okay, how many stocks can I take? Can I at least take one at this point? Right now, Vargas is going to be dashing back a little bit, going to be respecting that recovery back onto the stage. Takes the time to charge up some projectiles, the double gyro, using both of their children simultaneously. Wow.
Oh, not quite getting that the right way, and this is it? Yes, it is. Oh my.
Excellent stuff to Vargas. So before they even go out, they're able to at least get one more point, which is so important. And they're piling on this damage. How is Dominic going to get in?
All this extra credit right now, just need to write their name and they've already passed the test. But I mean, sometimes you just choke and forget your name,
I really like the way that Vargas decided to use side B in that position, because they went behind their gyro. Had Dominic tried to go out there and punish it, they would have been stopped preemptively by that gyro. So that was actually it was a relatively safe spacing. I like that commitment.
Oh, Vargas is also, oh wow, just all this damage. This is close to kill percent now. Maybe even an up throw will kill here. And that, just goes
for the down throw again. Tries to catch that mash, but doesn't do enough damage, or has enough percent on Dominic for that up throw to kill. However, this one will. Vargas, look at them go. Oh man,
wow.
They're making this comeback. This is huge.
Already making it a much closer deficit. This is even stocks now for both of these teams. Dominique does not want to be the one that lets the team go back to even or even behind.
Yeah, Dominic has got to be able to take this game, because Hydra put in so much work. It'd be a shame at this point for that, effort to just sort of be lost. Love the recovery mix-ups once again. You always have to be mindful of gyro.
That was a fantastic neutral air there earlier. Seeing that Dominique was going for the back air, and because that neutral air is a little bit faster, you could sort of just stuff it out.
Yeah, back air, I mean, that was insane. It's difficult to punish. It's big, and it's out there for a long time, but at least it's not particularly fast. And if the move is not particularly fast, you can sometimes try to outmash them. But right now, this is anybody's game still, which is a terrifying concept.
Yeah, just a little bit more damage, and it will be a guaranteed kill off of the up throw, or once it gets to 160, 170, the down throw into up B is confirmed.
Ooh, just jumping in place a little bit. Vargo's going to be going through a couple of movement mix-ups instead of immediately opting for an aggressive option.
Oh no.
Is this going to be it?
Barely.
That could be it.
No! Ah, wow. Vargus absolutely carrying this, taking now 6 stocks.
Vargo really looking like the MVP of side B right now. That's a lot of stocks. They were able to get the kills when they needed it. They played this matchup so well. They looked really comfortable in a Gob Ditto. And honestly, if you are in a crew that is composed of 5 Gobs, you've got to know that Ditto. If you don't know that Ditto, what are you doing?
Absolutely. And also, we sort of talked about how there's sort of those secret killers, players who are not quite as well known, but definitely can hold their own. Maybe just don't really participate in that many competitions. This is definitely a case because Vargus is absolutely doing fantastic.
Yeah, I just got, a couple, some notes on them. They were apparently from Ontario. Don't know too much about them. But, they definitely played this matchup super well. They did an excellent job against Sonic numbers. So, going to be moving on to the next set of players. Actually, excuse me, just going to be a new player from FreeFall. Side B didn't drop a single point that game.
Yeah, that was fantastic stuff from Side B. And this has been a fantastic crew battle. We've seen the lead change now twice.
It's really going back and forth. They're going head to head. They're going at it. So this is still anybody's, this is still definitely anybody's game. And guys, while we do have a moment as FreeFall does decide the upcoming play, let's talk a little bit about the people that helped to make this tournament happen. So first and foremost, the stream that you're watching right now, Guys Champions League, please go ahead and follow Guys Tournaments. That is the stream that you're watching right now, Guys_Tournaments on Twitch, on Twitter as well, if you are doing so already. A lot of excellent people helped to make this happen. Shoutouts to Gliola and Last Behind the Scenes. Then, of course, this tournament is being brought to you by MSM Online. MSM Online by 2GG Gaming. One of the premier Wi-Fi tournaments, free to enter, North America only. 5 p.m. PST every single Monday. You have an excellent collection of players just going at it every single week. If you want some amazing experience, you can get some round 2, round 3 winners side. I'm sure you're going to be running into a couple of heavy hitters right off the bat. So go ahead and join and support if you can.
And there's also ANG Esports. They have their Straight Outta Smashville series every single Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 1 for Central, 11 a.m. for Pacific. They have a fantastic showing every single weekend. I love commentating there. That's sort of how I got my start for the most part, because I was able to see such high quality players. And there are also some people who you don't really see at those other tournament series that you will only see at Straight Outta Smashville. So definitely check them out, and also their Dragon Ball Fighters, their Brawlhalla, and other games.
And then, of course, last but certainly not least, we have the MetaView app. MetaView is going to be available through both iOS and Android. It is where you can find all of these amazing Smash clips, as well as other franchises as well, if you're into those. I believe Warzone and League and Fortnite and other fighting games as well. You're going to have partnered content creators upload stuff from their own stream, their own highlights. You're going to have Smash clips from the Get Clipped series and from MSM Online, as well as the tournament that you are watching right now. So if by any chance you can't make it to everybody at once, if you can't stay here for, the whole time, don't worry. All of the highlights, all of the exciting kills, you can find them on the MetaView app.
Absolutely. And let me just show you. This MetaView app looks so good.
Talk to us. Let's see it. Let's see it live.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, just skip it for this case. I just sort of scroll through. I like to watch a lot of the Street Fighter stuff. They got the Wednesday night fights on right now, because Wednesday night fights was just last night. It's a fantastic fighting game, locals, that also moved to online for the pandemic, for the quarantine, and they have a lot of people there who really get their name out, and it's always fun to watch.
Sure. And with that being said, we have confirmed that we are going to be seeing another player on the side of FreeFall. We're going to be seeing Hugo, the Me Gunner. they opt for me gunner to set 3, 2, 1, 2. And if you're gonna ask me, hey Doggo, what is 3, 2, 1, 2? No idea. I won't be able to remember the numbers off the top of my head. That would actually be a pretty handy, commentator chart. If somebody who's talented in graphic design and is really passionate about the bees wants to make that, I think that'd actually be kind of cool. But with that being said, they're also going to be describing it to one another in chat. Guys, if you are going to be going up against me, always ask them to describe their specials. You really want to go into a set without having that element of mystery. You owe it to yourself just to make it as easy as possible.
I'm just looking right now to see what the 3, 2, 1, 2 for me gunner, right?
Yep.
Me gunner's 3 neutral attack, 3 neutral special.
Is that going to be the charge shot or perhaps the grenade launch?
3 is grenade launch. 2 for side B is stealth burst. Then 1 is lunar launch, and 3 and then 2 for down special is absorbing vortex.
Okay, interesting. Okay, that's an interesting choice of side B. That's not usually the one that you typically see. That's usually one that's considered by many to be, hey, this one's not actually all that amazing. So it's going to be interesting to see how Hugo will end up implementing it. Hugo accidentally SDing. Hugo's not the one that was supposed to SD. There's a fresh swap in. That is something that only Vargus should have done.
Yeah, but that up B is definitely one that you see a lot of me gunners go for. It has both a hitbox on the cannon and also one from the launch, if I remember correctly. It does quite a bit of damage if you get that initial hit.
No, that initial spike hitbox is just straight up not okay at times. If we do go ahead and check out the handy dandy frame data, on ultimateframedata.com, we can go ahead and take a look as to what's happening with lunar launch. But yeah, no, there's a relatively active spike hitbox, active on 12 through 25. Woo. There's no way that's right.
No, because it also. Oh no, it has the kick. That's what it was. The kick. It's the cannon and then the kick.
Okay, excellent. Anyways, that being said, we're gonna be jumping into game 1 between these two. Just into the game between these two players. Vargus is going to be SDing 2 stocks. They were able to take all 3 from Dominic the last game. So right now, Killer doing what me gunner does best, and that's keeping people in a corner and just making it difficult for them to do anything because of all these projectiles.
And this is looking so great right now for Hero's lead. Already 67% on the board. Definitely just needs to get maybe 1 or 2 good confirms because that up B could kill very early.
Oh, for sure. Right now they're just sort of playing around those platforms, trying to be, as safe as possible, avoiding as many hits as they possibly can. I love the way that they're using, especially the down B right now. Vargus is going for a lot of preemptive hits. They interact with it, they get stuck in it, and they end up eating a lot of percent.
Absolutely. And oh wait, that neutral B, I just remembered. That's the move that is plus 10 on shield.
Yes. Yeah. Plus 10 on shield. Yeah. Love it.
That is the most plus move on shield in the entire game, if I remember correctly. And there are very few characters that have moves that are even plus 1 on shield. And that's like, you have to do some real tricks.
Yeah, and with that being said, Hugo is going to be able to close out that game without losing the single stock. How did they take that stock? Lovely question. Phenomenal question. Let's go ahead and take a look.
They used that stealth burst, and I mean, stealthy it was. I didn't even see it there. See, it just...
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Damn, I don't feel good about that.
Yeah. So, we were questioning why they were in that. I can see perfectly fine now as to why they chose that. It did the job, and it did it well.
Yeah, that's like Snake C4 on Nova.
Yeah.
That's an option that you just have to be constantly aware of. You just have to remind yourself, hey, I haven't seen that move in a minute. I'm sure it exists. Because it can take some sneaky stocks that you absolutely don't expect. Be how it is, I suppose. With that being said, Hero going to be bringing this back for FreeFall. Not going to be dropping a single stock. That means both teams have 2 players left. Both of them sitting at 3 stocks, 6-6. This is completely even. This crew battle still can go either way. So, as we do wait for the next player coming out from side B, we can go ahead and read off just a couple of the people that helped to make this event happen. So this tournament is also being brought to you by Smash Oasis. So Smash Oasis is an organization dedicated to creating tournaments in the Middle East, Europe, and beyond. You can follow their Twitter at @smash_oasis. And once again, guys, I feel like people have like a very narrow and limited perspective with a lot of amazing players when it comes to this game. And this is like, I mean, it's been like this for a really, really long time with Smash. And if there's anything that, you know, the Wi-Fi era of Smash really does actually allow us to do right now, it's for players from across the globe, you know, be it with limited connection at times, but for us to still be able to have that kind of recognition, this is what's happening in this region. These players are able to interact. So hopefully as more offline stuff returns, we'll be able to see some more intersection between other Smash communities offline.
Absolutely. I honestly, like, even with the less mentioned regions, Europe is usually one of those ones that will get the, oh, why don't they talk about Europe? But the Middle East, people need to talk about that region more because it has, I'm for sure, tons of good players. I'm pretty sure I've seen a few players from the Middle East actually in tournaments that did pretty well. It's just that sometimes it's difficult to travel across continents, and there are sometimes travel restrictions, so it makes it so annoying to try and get to those tournaments and get your name out there. So it's fantastic that Smash Oasis is actually doing something to get those names out in the wild.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, like, the biggest thing sometimes is like we contextualize, you know, these huge places. We're like talking about continents and giant land masses, right, as like one region. Even then, you know, specific countries have their own metas, you know, micro regions as well. I want to be able to see, you know, going into this year, going into the next year, I want to be able to see us talk about more specific players from their own individual regions, so that we have as much representation as possible. With that being said, we have now confirmed the next player, I believe. I don't know if that's the tag. I don't even know if we can say that on stream. But if that's going to be the tag for today, I doubt we'd be able to read that aloud.
Gucci Poochie. That's a...
Yeah.
That's just Gucci. You know, it's a brand.
Gucci Poochie. Okay.
Yeah, Poochie.
Yeah. Poochie,
that's a dog.
Gucci Poochie going to be playing Grob, going to be opting to go through Town and City. This one is going to be interesting. I'm not entirely sure how Miganu is able to close in any space against Grob on Town and City. Kind of seems like that's his playground in some ways. He's able to really move around those platforms. He's able, and just to make a lot better use of his mobility, because compared to Miganu, you know, all Miganu really has sometimes is being tricky with forward air, you know, being able to like maximize their momentum with a move that you don't really expect. I don't see how Miganu is going to be able to initiate on Gob on this kind of stage.
Yeah, because Town is sort of a stage that Rob can sort of carry you across the stage, and because the side blastings are so small, it also means that it's going to be killing a lot earlier. That's a lot of what Rob likes to do. Those side Bs, that's what the crew is named after. You know, the down tilts, and then just carrying it all the way from coast to coast. We haven't seen it yet, but I would be excited to see one of those in this crew battle.
Alrighty, so we're just going to be waiting for them to jump into the arena, and here we are. Game second, possibly the second to last that we're sitting on right now. Hero going up against Gucci Poochie. Right now, immediately Hero actually going to be the one to attain stage control, but really, this is why it can be so difficult to keep Rob in a corner on a stage like Town and City. Look at that, just was able to high recover onto those plats.
Oh wow, this is, oh my god, absolutely dominant from Hero, not letting Gucci Poochie breathe at all.
Oh, but that reflect can be huge. Wow, Gucci Poochie was almost able to take that stock immediately. Right now, both of them just trying to move around those Town and City platforms. It is essential that you are comfortable with moving around their height, holding on to double jump, with directional air dodges and E to back air. Lovely edge guard. Excellent stuff.
Absolutely. Rob is one of those characters that you are not safe off stage against, because they have that up B that allows them to still act out of it as well. So you're always vulnerable to a side B that we actually just saw. That's the first side B kill this entire crew battle from side B.
How do you challenge that space as me gunning? What do you actually have to do? You has to go for a bit of a tech chase, maybe into like a follow-up with up smash using the gyro, but wasn't able to get a grounded hit. That being said, Hero was able to find their own up smash to take that stock. Right now, bringing it back to mostly even. That was a cute 38%. That was pretty cute.
That was cute. That was, oh my god.
Yeah, if you get hit by that, that's usually like a call out like, hey, you want to be careful trying to shield my grenades. That's really not the option you want to select against it. If you shield it, you're actually putting yourself in mathematically a less advantageous position that you started with, right? Because you're now suddenly -10 against me gunning, so they have more time to get closer. So do literally anything against grenade besides shield it.
Oh my god, that was so close to taking that there. Oh no, is that it? No. Surviving and... Oh. Wow, that was so close. That could have been a grab from either of those players to possibly kill. Especially because Talon just has such short blast zones and they were high up.
Ooh, I like the way that Gucci is respecting, you know, Hero's hitbox on the up air. Knee gunner's up air is no joke. That move is absolutely massive. There's a lot to respect about it. You just have to really take advantage of just how slow that move can be sometimes. Back air does clean it up though, nonetheless. Ooh, is this going to be a down throw? Yep.
Oh, it is. Ooh, Town is tall. That's...
Yep, Town is tall, and that was good DI. So excellent stuff to Hero. But going to be going for the get-up attack as a delayed wake-up option after missing the tech. Really like that idea. You know, just that you have to be able to not only mix up your options, but the timings as well.
Oh, wow. And with these grenade throws and also the little bombs, that does make it so they have to be a lot more careful about which ones they're shielding, because they both have relatively similar animation, meaning that you can really mix it up, but oh my god.
Side B cleans it up, and just like that, both of them are going to be sitting on their last stocks. This game looking exceptionally even right now. That's nearly, ooh, doesn't get the funny gob combo. Gucci had the right idea, but so close to executing it.
And Hero is doing such a great job of rolling out of these at the perfect time, knowing exactly when to be patient and when to attack as they get that grab and almost getting the down air to get even more damage going. Oh.
Ooh, tries to go for the down tilt, an interesting choice right now, but it just seems like for the last however many interactions, Hero has not been able to do much about Gob's gyro. Gucci has just been doing a good job of just putting it out there, blocking a lot of these moves.
Wow.
Oh man, this could be scary.
And these confirms that they know how to do out of the... Oh my god.
Yeah, that move is not as strong as you would think. Neither is like me gunning his F smash. But it still can definitely do the job. But you know, Hero gonna be, Gucci still heavy enough. Town City still tall enough.
Yep. Wow, they're just throwing out these grenades, just going, okay, you want to get back to stage? Try it.
Yeah, and look how patiently Gucci is getting back onto the stage too. Not immediately making a mad dash for the center stage. They're going onto the side platforms first. That could have been so scary. That could have gone south so quickly.
Oh my god, that was fantastic, being able to stay alive and... Oh, this is so tight for both of these players. It could be the end very soon.
Right now, I mean, like, the next hit is going to be able to take it, and that is going to be the back kill. Hugo spaced and timed it really well. Gucci just was not expecting that option at all.
Wow, that was fantastic from Hero, and able to take 4 stocks now. It's going to be up to side B's anchor to be able to finish this out, maybe to get that comeback. It is only a stock deficit for them.
Yeah, it's only a stock deficit, so hopefully their last grab is pretty comfortable with the me gunning matchup. This is a character that can definitely, if you don't know this matchup against me gunning, he can definitely, you know, make you very upset very quickly. So
that is one of the advantages of the Miis too, that they have the very good, all of them, even though I'd say they're all pretty decent characters, all of them at least solid at worst, and in combination with that.
It's weird. They're strange, right?
Yes.
They're a little bit funky. I feel like at the end of the day, against anybody that like has maybe not so good of a jump, but maybe that doesn't have like amazing fast mobility, like they'll do well against. But sometimes they just kind of get flame baited. They're like one of those gatekeeper characters that can really just keep a lot of very like, you know, some mid and low tiers out. of the upper echelons of play. But that being said, really good stuff to Hero, being able to close out already 40 stocks. Hopefully they can get a couple of more. Yeah, the next Rob player has a lot to make up. Sorry.
Yep. It looks like we actually, speaking of the next Rob player, we actually have them confirmed. LSOE is going to be their anchor here for tonight. And it's going to be interesting to see what FreeFall's anchor is as well, because it's possible we might not see them, but if we do, it's up to Hero to be able to give that anchor as much wiggle room as possible.
Yeah, either, nobody's really expecting like the incredible, miraculous, iconic, 1 to 3 stock. We have seen it today though from Vargus, excellent stuff to them. But the biggest thing is just going to be holding on to this as long as possible. We're going to be trying to make it as easy for the anchor as possible. Just give them as much stuff to work with. You really just got to set them up. If they have 3 stocks to take, that's a lot of pressure to put on them, because to them, it's more about cleaning it up rather than making it back. And that change in mentality can be so huge. With that being said, Hero going to be going back to Town and City. Going to have to SE twice.
So that does mean that LSOE does have a little bit of room to possibly just end this as soon as possible. Maybe with that 0 to death if Hero doesn't know how to DI out of it properly. Oh.
Ooh, finally getting one of those hits. That down B not able to go get into anything else. Just a good amount of damage right off the bat.
Yeah, 13% off of that already. That's pretty big. And because they have both of those moves. Oh.
That was like almost cute. I thought that could have gone a completely different direction. But that was almost really cute. This is not the position you want to be in as Miganu. This is one of the worst possible places for you to be in. Being stuck in a corner against somebody like that with limited off of ledge options if your opponent's already there, wow, that can be difficult. So as Migunu, it's up to you to put out grenade and down B ASAP.
Wow, that was a fantastic usage of that up air because it goes through Town. Town is a very thin stage in terms of its actual depth, of the actual main platform.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of Miganus go for a lot of King EDDs as well. Anybody with an outrageously huge up air, they can just sort of shove under the stage. Ooh, tries to go for the nail into the up air immediately, but Hero not going to be having any of it quite yet.
It seems like LSOE is actually ready for these side Bs that Hero is pulling out, which is very impressive. That could have been something big there, but maybe needed to air dodge in order to not get hit by the end of it.
Gonna be whiffing that up smash, but because it didn't really hit shield, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for Hero to punish that. Hero facing behind them, facing the wrong direction. Good on them to respect that move.
Oh my god.
We both gasped at the same time, too.
Out for blood.
That side B is so scary. Wow.
Oh.
An excellent catch on that landing. LSOE just runs in there, gets in there, able to find that up smash. And just like that, we are going to be going to a last game battle with both teams. Going to be sending out players sitting at 3 stocks. Jeez.
That's very true. This is down to the wire. And one of the big things, though, is FreeFall now gets the stage pick. So, that's big.
Wow. Alrighty, guys. So that means this, no matter the outcome, is going to be the final match of tonight. Currently waiting on to see who the next opponent is going to be. And you know what? While we do that, we'll go ahead and give our sponsors one last final shout out before we are gone for the night. So guys, first and foremost, this tournament is being brought to you by MSM Online. MSM Online started from the West Coast, now available to North America, all over. You have really amazing players entering every single week on Monday starting at 5 p.m. PST. Go ahead and enter. It's phenomenal competition, free to enter, lovely commentary, and excellent stream production as well.
And be sure to also check out ANG Esports. They have tournaments every single Sunday. I actually don't quite remember what the region restriction is, if there is one, but I do know you have to have a LAN adapter, so buy one of those. And they have the Straight Outta Smashville every Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they have their Brawlhalla on Saturdays and their Dragon Ball Fighter Wednesdays.
And then after you check them out, go ahead and check out the MetaView app available on iOS and Android as well. Going to be seeing some of the best clips in gaming, not just Smash Bros. So you can be seeing Smash and Fortnite and Warzone and League of Legends and other fighting games as well. This tournament that you're watching right now, guys, Champions League, if you by any chance got here a little bit late, maybe you won't be able to stick around for the 9 p.m. crew battle, you will be able to see all of the highlights uploaded tomorrow, actually. Some of the best clips all curated and edited down for your viewing pleasure, so please go ahead and check out them as well. And then, guys, after you've done all of that, you should be following my lovely co-caster on twitter.com at Peter__Eater. Keep up with him, see what's going on with him. He's been doing a lot of work recently on the commentary grind, so please go out and support him.
And also check out Dara here at Daramgaria on Twitter as well. She posts a lot, great posts every single time.
Excellent, phenomenal ones. Some of them not amazing, but yeah. And yeah, guys, also you're watching Guys Champions League. The most important thing, if you're not following this Twitch account or Guys Tournaments on Twitter, you're making a mistake, buddy. So go ahead and do that as well, because Crayola and all of the staff behind the production that you're seeing today have been putting in so much work. Later on, after the upcoming set, we're going to be seeing Wonderful Skiff alongside Pride, I believe. Going to be replacing us for the next crew battle. So just wanted to say shout out to them. Hope to see them soon. And we're currently waiting for the final play from FreeFall. I don't think it's been confirmed quite yet.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna bring out Chains. I don't know. I see Chains talking, but I don't know. I'm not gonna. I think. Oh no, looks like Stealth Pilot might be their final player here. I'm not familiar with Stealth Pilot.
Neither am I, honestly. But we just got word from our lovely, incredible producer, Last. Shoutouts to Last, that the upcoming play is gonna be a Bowser.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be interesting because these are both pretty heavy characters, and I actually don't know on the interactions with Tough Guy because that is one of Bowser's really interesting interactions and abilities that Bowser has unique to them. Tough Guy being able to sort of armor through a lot of moves for a lot of characters, a lot of those weaker hit things. So
I don't know if it's actually going to be particularly relevant in this matchup. So usually we most see it come to play in the context of things like multi-hits. I am not myself entirely sure if Laser and Gyro have enough knockback to be able to go past Tough Guy. Maybe they don't.
It looks like, the down tilt can get Tough Guy.
Ooh, that's big. That's Rob's biggest boxing tool. That's the one that just, it gets up in your face. That's quite a menacing one. And being just able to, circumvent that for a short amount of time is huge. You're deleting an option.
And not only that, they can get through backwards arm rotor. That is, that's backwards arm rotor is the Smash 4 version. Gyro, they can get through until 84%. That's also big because that gyro is a massive tool in keeping you from entering a specific zone, sort of forcing you to approach it specific ways, and Bowser can just ignore that.
That is such a specific. Where did you get this specific information from?
SSB Wiki.
SSB Wiki.
Yeah.
So be it. Yeah. I'm sure it'd actually be kind of helpful sometime in the future for somebody to program a nice little a nice little Bowser Tough Guy calculator.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, what's happening? Why are we waiting so long for this upcoming play?
Maybe.
So apparently, there is a 7-minute rule. If in 2 minutes Stealth Pilot doesn't get in here, that's going to be a DQ.
Oh, I see them calling in or talking in the chat, so we should be here soon. That's exciting because I did not realize that down tilt and gyro, those are two massive parts of Rob's kit. And it looks like, saying to go to Smashville. That is a stage that you sort of can't really get away very easily because it's so tight. It's very claustrophobic of a stage.
I'm sure Bowser is big. He covers a lot of space on it. He's able to get kills relatively early as well. Really the win condition for Rob on this kind of a stage for LSOE is how can I get him off stage ASAP and how can I get these edge guards? Because that is Bowser's most vulnerable state. man, that poor boy suffers. He suffers so much off
Absolutely.
there. But then the biggest thing is, once Bowser is actually on stage and dominating and controlling center stage, especially since he can go past down tilt and weak gyro, that can be pretty important as well.
It looks like they're getting into it. And, oh man, that's the Bowser classic. The up B out of shield. It does so much damage. That did over 20.
We're going to be up being out of shield again. Just LSOE has to be careful about the way that they're landing onto Stealth Pilot's shield. There isn't a lot of space to run away from Bowser. He has... Oh, good choice to drop the shield. But Stealth takes it anyways. Oh my goodness.
Whoa. Oh, and only 31% on the board. Oh, the Koopa Claw already dealing even more damage. That is one of the greatest things about command grabs in general. Even after the damage, getting command grabbed is one of the most terrifying things that can happen to you, and that instills so much fear into your opponent for the rest of the game.
Now Stealth Pilot just occupying center stage, waiting for LSOE to maybe overcommit to a button and projectile. Tries to armor through the neutral, has the right idea. That was a cute attempt. Ah, geez, this could be big.
Oh my. Oh. Okay. So one of the things about that tough guy through the down tilt is that it is only at low percent. So once they're at high percent, now tough guy is no longer applicable matchup.
Uga now finding that neutral, going to be trying to go for the up smash, maybe trying to get a directional air dodge. But what it's been really doing is it's been conditioning a lot of the ways that LSOE has been landing onto the stage. That is so much damage. Beautiful jump call out. I mean, Stealth is just on top of it.
And not only that, there's also a little bit of rage. That Koopa Claw almost connected. That would have definitely killed, but the kill ended up being the one on Stealth Pilot. And now it's even stocks, but by no means even percents.
Stealth just going to be sitting onto the stage, waiting for LSOE to get back in. Tries to extend the hitbox onto Rob's gyro, but that is going to be the double spike. That's Rob, baby. That's Bowser off stage. It just be like that sometimes.
And this is big because, okay, that back air almost getting that stock. This stock could be taken anytime now. It's just up to LSOA to be able to take that percent and increase the extra credit they can get before they lose that stock.
Saibi not going to be actually extended onto the top platform of Smashville, so that is not going to kill quite yet, but the next one definitely will. That's exactly what LSOE needed, but you know what? Stealth is like, hey, I'm going to stop this right here. I'm going to clean up this bleeding. Just like that, it is at last stock.
This is it. This is the stock that is the most important of the entire crew battle here.
Doesn't get the spike hit, but had the right idea. Beautiful option from Stealth.
Oh, and this is it. 86% already, but just as we... Oh, no!
86 and climbing. Rob somehow avoiding the multi-hits of Neutral. Not going to be falling victim to nail back here quite yet. Oh, jeez.
That was
back air?
It was a back air, and that takes it. Stealth Pilot takes that final stock, and your winner for this crew battle is FreeFall.
Well, that was down to the wire. Oh my goodness. Really, I feel like Stealth was the one that was kind of consistently outplaying LSOE this entire game. They were positioning themselves at ledge so well. They caught so many landings. The way that they were using up smash in very safe positions as well just really helped push LSOE into using a couple of options. They were able to put on so much damage because of Fire Breath. I mean, losing a stock like that 48 off stage, man, that's just difficult.
Yeah. It was that Fire Breath and that up B out of shield because both of those deal so much damage. And that Fire Breath, not only was it there, it was that it caught in a lot of those really bad situations for LSOE, like in the neutral getup. So that means that they got the worst of it.
Yep. And guys, with that being said, that means FreeFall is going to be a winners for today with only a single stock lead. That is huge. That is down to the wire. They kept this one so even. Side B, I gotta say, they got a couple of fantastic players under their belt, but FreeFall at the end of the day were the ones to be able to clean it up. So guys, first and foremost, thank you so much to Guys Champions League for having us today. Shout outs to Gorilla behind the scenes. For those of you guys that aren't doing so already, be sure to follow guys_tournaments on both Twitch, the platform that you're watching right now, and on Twitter as well.